Hi, my name's Vanessa. In this video I want to show you how I use the Cuttlebug machine. We're going to run through how we use various dies and embossing folders and which plates you need to make them work. Next we have the embossing folders. Now these come like this, and they're called a folder because they fold over like that, and you put the paper on the inside of it like that. You've got a flat side with an indent in it, then you have a raised side like that, and then these squash between them with the paper in the middle. We run it through the machine. Now if you want the embossed bit to be raised and not indented, you put the right side face up so that you can read the writing on the front. That works with all the different makes. So the right side facing up. And for the plates you need A, B, folder and another B. So just the B's on this one. I'll just put that through. And run that through like that. Okay, and that comes right like that, and you've got that lovely emboss on there. It shows up particularly well on mirror card and things like that, but also if you have this and if you use your little sander tool again, you can see how that brings out your design really beautifully. Okay, so that's one way of using your embossing folder. You can also, remember we cut the circle out at the beginning. Now there are little embossing sets of folders as well like this. This one says Happy Birthday. To get this to stay in place while you run it through your folder, I find it quite, just as a tip, I'll take this off again and just so that you can see. You can use a little bit of photo glue or something that can be removed. This is a removable tape gun. I'm just going to put that on there and then get it positioned. So again, I need it to be face up so that I can read the writing, otherwise my writing will be back to front. But I'm lining it up here. I'll press down there so that I've got the glues tacking it on. Whoop. Get it in position. That's it. Like that. And then we'll run that through. Again with the two B's and the A. Go back to front now. Don't get that. And then we fold that. There you are. You've got your Happy Birthday there on your disc. How's that? It's gorgeous. So that'd be the centre point to any card. Look great in the middle of your lasso templates, wouldn't it? That'd be really good. Another thing you can do with the embosser folders, you remember I said you've got a flat indented side and a raised side. I'm going to take an ink pad, a dye ink pad, and I'm just going to run it over there like that. Okay, so that I've got ink on that bit, you can see it vaguely there. It's not a very exact science and it's not going to be solid, but the effect is really great. I'm going to then put my paper on there, right side up, close it, then run through the machine. Again with the same combination, that's A, B, folder B, and run that through. Then when you take it out, you've got that nice effect there. Okay, so that the ink has gone onto the background and your embossing has come through. Alternatively, you could do it, if you do it, run it through on your machine Let's use a different die this time. This is again one of my favourite ones. It's called Swirls. We'll run this one through again. Oops. I've got my raised side like that. And I'm just going to take my pad again. This is my ink pad. I'm not going to press down, I'm just going to lightly go over the top. So can you see how you can just, and it just picks it up, that area there. Again, not a very exact science, but you do get a really nice effect. So that's using a die. I've used my Ranger Adirondacks, and that colour is Lettuce. And that works really well. I've tried using a sponge with that, but you don't get as much ink in the right places, so I would go for using your actual straight from the pad. Remember, you don't have to use the whole of your folder, you can just use parts of it. I'm going to use this little bit in here. This is a greetings folder. This is one is by Crafts too. I'm going to pop that bit in there. Again, if you needed to, you could just tack it down slightly on the back. These ones don't really need it, I don't think, because you can actually hold on to it as you're running it through. But if you've put embossing on the rest of your card, this one works really well. So then you've got a little strip that you can use on there. Remember, I used it on this one where I've put the happy birthday through on the middle there. That can be done like that. You can use a variation of materials with your folders. This one, for example, Jamie's used acetate with this one. You can see there, so it's clear on this bit. Okay, and it works very well with vellum. You can get some lovely effects with the vellum. As a vellum wrap, so you don't have to, you can just stick it on the fold, but that looks really beautiful on there, because of course when you, especially with coloured vellums, it will just bring the white through, and you can bring that like that. And then on the pearlescent, it looks really good with pearlescent as well. This is another one done on pearlescent card, and with a little bit of gold there. These are one of the border embossing folders, and we've just run that through and then just add a couple of brads there. Really effective, very simple but very effective. That's another one there. You can, if you have a Cricut machine, this one is actually make your own folder. So there is a set that you can buy with a Cricut machine. You actually cut the shape out. It's double-sided sticky card. One bit sticks to the back and one bit sticks to the front. And then, as you can see, it will go through like that, and that will be your own embossing folder that you've made yourself. They work. So they come as a kit to make embossing folders. And again, you don't have to use your whole sheet in there. This one's just been stuck together, 4 colours stuck together, and then run through the embossing folder as a set like that. That looks really pretty too. So as well as your Cuttlebug designs, that's these ones with the Cuttlebug written on the top there, you have the Crafts 2, and those are these, and you'll find these are made in the UK, and you'll find these are slightly larger. And they fit our A6 perfectly, because American A6 is slightly different to ours, but this will fit the whole front of your card, an A6 card. And we also have Craft Concepts, that's another one. And these are fairly new out at the minute. That's those. Most popular by far are the dots. We have Swiss dots by Cuttlebug, and then there is a square version by Crafts 2. Okay, see the website for details on those ones. Now, we've used the Marianne Designs the dies, and then we've embossed them by going back through again with the mats. Marianne's now brought out Marianne Designables, which cut and emboss at the same time, which is fantastic. And these ones, again, they work like an embossing folder, but these bits are going to cut there. So you put your paper in, again face up, and then in between two B's we're going to run through. And then, whoop, abracadabra, let's do it that way. There we are. And you can see how that's embossed and cut at the same time. So those are really pretty. That's the first time I've used that one. I like that. And there are about 4 designs to start off with. I'm going to use those a lot, I think, in our workshops. Those are great. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it's given you some ideas of how to use your machine and the dies and embossing folders. If you have any questions about any of the bits you've seen here, please contact me via the website, which is www.craftability.com, where you can also buy any of the products that I've used here today. If you can't see them, please give me a ring. Again, the number's on the website. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you. Bye.